we are on a series. This is our series, Powerful Sexuality, Powerful Marriages, Powerful Families. Sexuality has become, we seem to be in a culture that is over-sexualized. Everything is about sex. They sell toys with sex. They sell babies with sex. Everything. I was at the salon over the weekend to do some touch-up. And by the salon where they sell clothes, they were selling clothes, and then they had where they do hair. And then on the table, the cosmetic table, it's a sex toy. I said, sister, hair, clothes, sex toy. What is the connection? He said, ma, this thing is selling like wildfire now. He said, one of my friends that started the business, the business has gone haywire. He said that this is well sold. So he said someone dashed her 4, she has sold 3. He's remaining 1. He said, you don't need to market it to just be selling itself. He said, it's selling faster than clothes. I said, don't think about it as a business. If you check those who do online sales, I don't want to mention their names, I'm not advertising anybody. You can see that some of the things that sell, the things that people buy more, is sex toy. What is it about sex that is causing all the confusion? We have families who have forgotten the last time. When was the last time you slept with your wife? I didn't say girlfriend. If you're not sleeping with your wife, something is wrong. We need to check if the thing is working. If it's not working, let's quickly get doctors so that it must work. Because that's one of the reasons why 2 of you, your wife is not your sister. I was in a counseling and the 2 people were quarreling in front of me. I said, what is, calm down. He said, ma, I'm not his sister. I said, hold on. Did he say you are his sister? He said, he has not touched me for almost 4 months. What am I? Am I not his sister? I turned to the man, I said, bros, what did they happen? Did you know they walk again? He said, my wife know they behave well, so they didn't know they catch me. I said, then she's your sister. In Christ. Praise the Lord. But God loves sex. God loves sex. Everybody should love sex. Who are married though? No, even if you're not married, love sex, but don't use it because you don't have enough NAFDAC number until the time comes. Okay. Don't practice. Don't practice. All right? Some people will wish that the ground will open and they fall in. You are here with me. So we said that last week that sexuality is God's idea, that is not Hollywood idea. And we said that sex is asking for redemption, someone to redeem it. And we all agreed last week that sex is God's plan, that it should happen between marriages. And we also agreed that sex, love, and romance is one of the greatest delight as well as one of the greatest pain. And we're saying that God is intimately personal and relational, and he created us like that. And if he created us like that, if we put within us potentials for us to have sexual relationship, he should teach us how to do it so we'll avoid pain. So last week, for those of us here, we're doing a study of Songs of Solomon to see how we can derive healthy love, sex, romantic relationship from attraction to marriage. Some of our writers are here. It's content development. I'm doing a 7-act play from the Songs of Solomon. The 7-act play. So we did Act 1 and Act 2 at the first service. So we're entering Act 3 at the third service. These are the acts. So those of you who are writing, please look at how to develop a drama out of this. The act of attraction, go with me. Dating scenario, the courtship, wedding and honeymoon, the conflict in marriage, keeping romance in marriage, keeping fidelity in marriage. Okay, we're going to go to the third part, Act 3. Act 3 has to do with the courtship and the commitment. At this particular point in time, both of you have decided that we're going to commit ourselves to be mutually exclusive to each other. At this particular point in time, can we have sex? Since both of us have agreed that it is only 2 of us, nobody else in this ship, should we have sex? What happens in this place will determine whether we should have sex. Songs of Solomon chapter 2 verse 8, he says, listen, my beloved, behold, he is coming, climbing on the mountains, leaping on the hills. So what we are seeing here is intense sexual desire. This man is running from somewhere. When I'm saying running, I'm not talking about the picture. The metaphor involved is not a metaphor of using his legs to run. It's a metaphor that all the chemicals in his body, there is sexual arousal. Something is pushing up inside him. His manhood is running. Everything is running. Where is he running to? My beloved is like a gazelle or a young stag. Behold, he is standing behind our wall. He is looking through the windows. He's piercing through the lattice. Now, the picture of the gazelle or the young stag is actually the picture of two animals in heat. A young gazelle is a female deer, and a young stag is a male deer. So it's a picture that they are in heat. And some of you who were dating someone's child, you remember that when we were younger, you peeped through the windows looking for, if you watched Sound of Music, the boy took a stone and was stoning the window so that the girl can come out. This boy is charged. He's looking for a way to bring out this girl. My beloved responded and said to me, so the girl heard now that this my guy is around. Arise, my darling, my beautiful one, and come along. He's calling the girl to come. For behold, the winter is past, the rain is over and gone. Now, this is springtime. So everything has come alive. That's a picture that he's saying everything in his body has come alive. He is all alive. And what is happening? So we're going to find out. Whatever happens here determines what you will do with your girlfriend or the person you're dating after now. Let's see whether there is trust. The flowers have already appeared in the land. Remember, it's springtime. Everything in their body is coming alive. You make me come alive. Everything is coming alive. The time has arrived for pruning the vines. It is time for two of us, because the intention, that the desire in my body is so high. So the time has come. And the voice of the turtle dove has been heard in our land. Turtle dove is a picture of a beautiful bird. When they mate, they have good relationship. The fig tree has ripened its figs. What he's saying now is that the fig tree is a picture of his penis. My penis is standing. And the vines in blossom have given forth their fragrance. What he's talking about is the body of the woman. The way everybody is stiff is the Bible. And the vines, one of my sons said I should say everything, so I want to say everything. And the vines in blossom have given forth their fragrance. He's talking about the vagina of the woman. The girl is wet, and the fragrance that comes from there is coming out. Arise, my darling, my beautiful one. Come along. Something is happening to me. Oh, my dove, in the cliffs of the rock, in the secret place of the steep way. Let's just hide somewhere and get it done. Let me see your form. In other words, show me your entire nakedness. Let me hear your voice. You know, when you're having sex, the things that happen, the voices. For your voice is sweet and your form is lovely. What happens here now is what is going to happen for everyone who is in a courtship. If this man sleeps with this woman, Pastor Ben is now giving everybody the love and life right. Quickly go and sleep with the girl without bride price. So let's find out. Should we go? Catch the foxes for me, the little foxes that are rooting the vineyards, while our vineyards are in blossom. In other words, let's not do this. It's not time. The foxes, which means premarital sex. There is nothing that removes favor from your marriage and relationship and removes the hand of God like premarital sex. That's what he's talking about. It will destroy everything. Everything we have built from attraction to dating to this point. If we do this, it will destroy it. My beloved is mine and I am his. In other words, we still have this relationship. We have security. We don't need to have sex. I don't need to sleep with you for you to know that you are mine. Some people say if he doesn't sleep with me, it means that he doesn't really love me. No, I don't need to sleep with you for you to know that I'm serious in this relationship and I'm actually going to marry you. He pastures his flock. Solomon is depicted as a good shepherd. Until the cool of the day, when the shadows flee away, turn, my beloved, and be like a gazelle, a young stag on the mountains of Bether. Because of time, I'm able to pick up but I want to pick up the mountain of Bether. There's no mountain in the whole of Palestine that Palestine, it's called the mountain of Bether. The mountain of Bether, the word Bether is the word separate. In other words, let us separate so that we won't have to have sex before marriage. I adjure you, all daughters of Jerusalem, by the gazelles or by the hinds of the field, that you not arouse or awaken my love until she pleases. What he's saying at this particular point in time is, when this thing we are doing, if the sexual arousal takes over our lives, we will not be able to reason well again. Since this is our time of courtship, let's not get the sexual excitement and the sexual arousal to begin, because it will cut things off. It will spoil, it will bring forces that will damage our relationship. This is where we stopped with the second service. So we now began to say that a couple must grow in their passion. If you're in a relationship, you started with attraction, the passion grows, and then you come into dating. The passion grows, you come into courtship. If this passion is not growing, if there is no growth in your passion when you started your marriage, when you started your relationship, if we don't see any growth, it means that marriage eventually is going to have a problem. You see, passion is like pregnancy in the sense that it starts at a particular time and it ends at a particular time. What happens is, if you abort it halfway through, the pregnancy, the gestation period did not continue. So what you have is a challenge, a physically challenged or retarded relationship, that you continue to have the rip-off, the problem in marriage, because the love stages were destroyed before time. All right. So, and every couple must grow in these three stages. You must have theological unity, which means what two of you believe about God. You must have that unity. You must have the unity, the moral unity of conduct that says, this and this and this are our core values. These are our morals. Pastor Ben spoke extensively about morals last month. Philosophical unity. Why did you people come together? His why and your why, are they the same thing? And then genuine unity that has to do with attraction. These are the things that must be there when we're in courtship. So let's go to the honeymoon. In the honeymoon, you have stage 4 or play 4. Let's now find out what we have in this play. During honeymoon, a man must be taught to be gentle. Why? Let's read. We're now in chapter 4. We have done chapter 1 and chapter 2 and chapter 3. So we're now in chapter 4. How beautiful are you, my darling? How beautiful you are. Now, look at this man. At the honeymoon, he started from her head until she gets down. Let me read it and then I will explain. Your eyes are like doves behind your veil, speaking about peace. Your hair is like a flock of goats that have descended from Mount Gilead. There's a difference between goats and sheep when they are grazing. When a sheep is grazing, the sheep will stay in one spot, and then there is overgrazing in that place. That place becomes overgrazed. In other words, it loses strength and energy. But for goats, when goats are grazing, goats will graze and then they are moving about. So you don't have overgrazing. The picture this man is talking about here is that in this honeymoon, my beloved, you are not the kind of woman, I know you're not the kind of man that will lie down like a log of wood on the bed and I do all the work and then I'm stressed. You know, because there is something about our tradition that says a woman is not meant to be sexual. She's supposed to just be like her grandmother and show that she is very chaste. Put it in her words. You go show say you know spoil. So you can just, if they say lie down like that, you just lie down like that. If they say lie down like that. No, this man says this is not how my own beloved is. My beloved is not like a sheep. She's like a goat. That while the grazing is going on, she's moving about. He said your teeth are like a flock of newly shorn ewes, which have come up from their washing, all of which bear twins, and not one among them has lost her young. Now, these ewes, what do? There is a time where you remove the fall. If you don't remove the fall, there is overheating. And when there is overheating, they die. What this man is saying here is that the feeling that this girl brings onto him is removing overheating from his body. That he has that feeling of fulfillment and peace. Just having this. He hasn't gone down to touch her vagina. Because at honeymoon, there is something some people do. You say, I have been waiting for this girl for the past 9 months. Will wedding come so? That wedding night, he said it must be this wedding night. You're supposed to approach the girl with gentleness. Some of us, you injured your wife on wedding night and you are even angry. He said, this I have waited for 1 year. Now it is time. You are still telling me, wait for what again? And then it results to quarrel. It's not supposed to be like that. This girl, what's the problem? This guy is approaching this girl with a lot of gentleness. He's not approaching her like a Wakanda hero, T'Challa. No, some of us, the way you don't rush the girl on wedding night. It's Bible that said it, I'm just explaining. Now, he has left the teeth, he's now going to her lips. Your lips are like a scarlet thread, and your mouth is lovely. Your temples has gone to her temple now. Your temples are like a slice of. Now he's using mouth. This guy is skillful with his words. Your neck is like the Tower of David. I will explain the Tower of David. During that time, the Tower of David was a sign of military fortress. So the country depended on that tower, on the faithfulness and integrity of that tower for their fortress. So, and if you say, he says, built with rows of stones, showing that it is strong, a stronghold, on which are hung 1,000 shields, all the round shields of the mighty men. What he's saying that is a place of assurance, is a place of stronghold, that it gives us, is a place of healthy respect. What Solomon is saying about his girl here is saying, you carry yourself with such strength, such nobility, you carry yourself with such faithfulness and such integrity that the people who see you confer that same healthy respect to you. And then neck is also a metaphor. Now, if you see someone, stiff neck is a sign of stubbornness. Bent neck is a sign of shame and humiliation. Now, it's not saying that this girl's neck is the neck you used to do expo in no. That's not. No. This is a symbol of nobility and character. That's what he's describing. Now, he's about to sleep with this girl, but look at all the words and the gentility with which he's going about it. He's not rushing her like Jack Power. It's taking time. Now, he says, your 2 breasts are like, he's coming down now, are like 2, why are you looking at me like that? And this Bible I'm reading, are like 2 fawns, twins of a gazelle, which feed among the lilies. Now, 2 fawns are actually baby deer, 2 baby deer. When you see 2 baby deer, they are soft and gentle to touch. What he's saying is that I feel like I want to touch your breast and carouse your breast. And then he says your breast also is compared to lilies. He's talking about, it's the 2 is like the white lilies. This is on their honeymoon night. There is nothing about, I will show you today that I am a man. I will show you today. He hasn't injured this girl. He hasn't injured. For those of us who are going to get married, I have 4 of my children who are going to get married. Don't rush her on the wedding night. He says, Pastor Ben, that maybe not to touch, but this night is this night now. You didn't see her say, pull your clothes now. Now, all the senses are part of the sexual experience. The entire thing is an experience. It was a total experience. The guy finished work. Until the cool of the day, when the shadows flee away I will go my way to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. There's no mountain of myrrh in that place. In their country, there was no hill of frankincense. Mountain of myrrh and frankincense, this is talking about essential oil, it's talking about fragrance, talking about something used in perfume. All of them are very expensive. In other words, I value you so much that I won't treat you like they treat a prostitute. I won't handle you like a prostitute. I will handle you with like someone of value. He said, you are altogether beautiful, my darling, altogether lovely. And there is no blemish in you. This is the same thing when they are going to offer sacrifice. When they bring out the best sheep, they will say no blemish in you. You know why he's talking like this to the girl? It is very, very, sometimes it's scary to stand before a stranger naked. Remember that this girl had never stood before this boy naked. Most men, I need you to understand that on the wedding night, especially those of us who went through the growths of passion, the girl is going to be standing before you naked for the first time. What this man is trying to do is to calm down the anxiety so that she won't do it with a lot of fear. Because this particular point in time, I've not done this before. I'm a virgin. And then some of us are saying, a boy told a girlfriend, me, I know if you do the work of it, I get her to break virgin. They hard though. Go find who go break them before we start. Yes. Now, all of us, hear me. If you injured your wife on the wedding night, you need to go back because some of them still have that fear. Well, yes, the scars. Because listen, can I talk like I feel it? Can I talk like I feel it? I remember the wedding night, they kept asking me, are you okay? Are you okay? So I'll wait for you. My husband is a gentleman. I'll wait for you. Even when he looked as if there were scars, he joined to massage the things. He said, I'll just take your time. They think you're going to be with that vagina for a very long time. There's no need to rush it. Calm down. The girl needs to calm down because if she doesn't calm down, she won't be wet. Are we still in church? Verse 8. Now verse 8 is even worse. For those of us who want to melt, just get ready. Come with me from Lebanon. Lebanon is a mountain that has a lot of snow. In other words, come out of that place of coldness where you are afraid. My bride, for the first time, calls her my bride. May you come with me from that cold place called Lebanon. Journey down from the summit of Amana pumping. Amana speaks of covenant. Come to a place of covenant. From the summit of sinners, from Anhamon. He says, from the dens of lion, from the mountains of... What he's talking about is, my wedding bed. My wedding bed is not a den of lion. You're not going to be hurt on this bed. So come out of anxiety, come out of fear, trying to reassure her that it's okay. I'm not going to hurt you. Some of us, the wife you married, the first time she was exposed to sex, she was exposed to sex in a very wrong way. Someone took advantage of her. For some of us, the very first time we were exposed to sex, it was through defilement and through rape. So for my husband, he had a lot of work to do. It was a scary thing for me. Very scary. In fact, I was thinking about telling about the marriage, but I didn't want to think about the sex part. So when my husband was shouting, I have paid, I was looking at him, you have paid? Yeah, I loved everything about you. Let's do all this, but not this sex part. Because the first time I had any issue with sex, it was painful, it was terrible, it was horrible.